Hello, hello. Good morning. We'll give it a few moments as we get organized here on YouTube and Instagram. Happy Friday. We're going to focus on the hips today, some outer hips, inner groins. See how that goes. And another thing, if you have access or are near a wall or even the couch or a high bed that you could put your legs up near the end of class, we'll utilize that today. And no worries, we can do it wall free if you don't have the ability to get to one. And another thing, we will have some breath work to begin. So with that, you might want some tissues or a tissue nearby. And we'll just give this another moment or so and get started. Okay, while we wait for people to join, I'm just going to move right along. Take a couple moments just acclimating to the start of practice. Move a little bit into your body as you sit up in a seat. Again, we'll start with some breath work. So if you need tissues, which I tend to need in the morning if you have allergies, especially now in Portland, all these beautiful, beautiful trees are blooming. But for some of us, it looks beautiful, it doesn't feel so great internally. So have some tissue nearby. Start to notice your normal, natural rhythm of breath. Shift your seat until you start to feel, the depth and sort of weight of your seat below you. Lengthen from your pelvic floor through your lumbar spine. And then just slowly walk up the spine until you're at the crown of your head. Feeling just a little tall and a slight support of your low belly, just a gentle lifting and engaging of the belly abdominals. Find a neutral chin. And then as you sit up tall, with your next exhale, just allow everything from the top down to relax a little bit more, settling into the height of your spine. And then bringing the hands out on your knees or thighs. And the breath today we'll share is Kapalabhati. And essentially it's a forced exhalation, and then the inhalation is passive. And we'll go for like 30 seconds to a minute. And the inhale will be through the nose and then out of the nose. And we'll take a half a breath in to begin the breath, and then we'll just start to forcefully exhale from the nostrils, and it will cause the space above the navel to kind of pump up and like lift, and then relax the belly on the inhale, and the breath will just flood right in. So if you need to place a hand on your belly to make sure that action is happening. And you might liken this to Bhastrika breath, where we pump the breath in and out. And this one will just be pumping the breath out, keeping the gaze behind the skull, lifting the energy up. Let's give it a go. Take a full round of breath in, all the way in through your nose. All the way out through your nose. Inhale about halfway, and then start to press the breath out through the nostrils. Gaze is up and in. Take 1 or 2 or 3 more rounds, depending how quickly you're going. And then let's exhale all the way out together. And inhale all the way in, nice and slow and quietly. At the top there, hold the breath in. Apply a bit of a root lock, lifting the pelvic floor, perineum space. Lift the gentle low belly and start to draw your chin towards your chest. Keep holding, relaxing internal organs. And then exhale all the way out. Inhale all the way up. Feel the breath lift through the crown of the skull. Pause, hold, lift the locks, pelvic floor, root lock, throat lock, gentle belly lock. Exhale quietly when you're done. And then let's inhale up. And exhale out. If you need to utilize that tissue, take a quick moment. And then meet me in child's pose. Let's start child's pose today with the knees a little bit closer together. And sitting the seat back, gently rounding into the upper back today as we come down, and then letting the chest flop towards the thighs. Let the arms reach out long, tuck the forehead, relax the back of the neck. And start to walk your hands one at a time, up and over. So left hand up and over to the left, right hand up and over to the right in a bit of a V shape from the shoulders. And then press into the pinky edge of your hands and gently grip the mat. And then gently press into the thumb edge of the hands and grip the mat, and just notice how that transfers across the arms. And then try and grip with both edges. Pinky and thumb, fingertips. One more breath here. And begin to shift your weight forward, lifting up, hands and knees. Take your knees a little bit wider so that they're underneath your hips or your pelvis and you feel supported. We'll start by pressing over to the right, dipping back and down, and then coming up through the middle, dipping over to the left, back and down. The hip doesn't have to touch the floor, and we'll just continue this swaying like an arch we're creating here, over to the right, and up and over to the left. And the hands are pretty passive, or the arms rather, so not doing too much work there, letting this be back and into those hip joints. Noticing how your pelvis responds. And then this time when we come over to the right, let's go full circle, back to the left, forward and up. Right, left, forward and up. And 2 more. And this time you can give the right hand a good push as you sit back towards that hip. And then pause, take a couple breaths in between. And we'll start to dip back to the left, going the other way, full circles, 4 of them, over to the right and up. Back and to the left, use the left hand, give yourself a little push. Over to the right and up. 2 more times. Then we come through the middle and pause. Tuck your toes, start to walk yourself to a more neutral space in case you're at the back of your mat like I was. And then let's take a moment and sit back. Spread out the toes. We won't be here too long. I know there can be a lot of sensation when this posture takes place. So go ahead and gently firm your ankles towards each other and up so that you're feeling supported. Push the toes down and maybe slightly back. And then try not to let all of your weight roll into your big toe mound. So let it spread as much and as evenly as possible across all of the toe mounds. And then we'll bring the hands forward, untuck the toes and give them a tap. And then bring ourselves into downward facing dog with a bit of a knee bend to begin this morning. As you take up space with your hands, let your weight rock and sway right and left as the knees bend, gently pedaling out and swaying the hips. And from here, pause in the middle, and then press those heels back, lift the knees up. Slow exhale. Let's look to the left thumb, and we're going to take the right foot across the body to the left. Drop into the right leg, and then take your left foot, step it in behind your right, and you can bend your knees a little bit there. Move some of your thigh flesh if you need to. And as we press into the right foot, let's swivel or walk the hands over to the right. Keep that left heel rooting back and down. And then we'll walk the hands through the middle. Take your left foot and step it back. Take your right foot and step it out to the right edge of the mat. Left hand stays down. We'll bring the left knee down and then reach the right arm forward. Lengthen the right waist. And then open it up to the right. As the right hand lifts, try not to collapse into that left shoulder. So really firm into the arm, lift the pec, and reach the right palm. One more breath. And the right hand comes down. Step back to downward facing dog. A couple moments again to pedal. If you like having your knees more bent, to start one and return to that position. Last full breath in and out. Look to the right thumb and then step your left foot towards the right thumb. So there's a bit of a crossover, and then we bring the right foot behind the left. You might adjust your thighs. And then folding over the legs, try to keep both feet rooting down. So you're going to kind of push the left big toe over to the right and the right big toe over to the left, and then walk those hands over to the left. Couple more breaths. And just really letting yourself feel the practice this morning. Right foot back to the right, left foot steps over to the left more, and then bring that right knee down. Right hand plugs under the shoulder. Reach the left arm forward first and lengthen from your left hip crease to your left pinky finger, and then open up to the left. A few breaths, and again, as you're lifting up, try not to collapse into your right arm. Let it be active and strong. Lift in your heart. One more breath. Close the left hand down. Step back to your downward facing dog. And from here, some spinal articulation or slowly rolling the spine forward. As you bend your knees, press and puff into your lower back. And then round your spine forward. Head can stay down. And then think about bending your knees, lifting your heart and your hips like cow, and slowly pressing back until the head comes down. Lifting into or puffing the lower back, middle back, upper back. And once you feel the weight in your hands, bend your knees, pull your heart forward, and your bum tall. Last time, rounding, flexion, and then extension, come back, and then this time bring the knees to the floor. Cow pose, one full breath here. Let the heart open, tail back. And then cat pose, a full breath. Neutral spine, toes tucked, downward facing dog. Let's root the left foot really good into the mat. So if you need to shorten your stance, go ahead and then lift the right heel. And then we're going to turn the right big toe down, lifting that right thigh up so it's external rotation at the hip socket. And then we're going to take a big swing around with the right foot forward to the top of the mat. And then root your left heel, lift your heart into triangle pose. One more breath. We'll meet forward folded at the top of the mat. Follow the exhale to bend the right knee, close it down and step your left foot forward. From here, we'll rise all the way up to stance with the arms up overhead. And then let's lift the right knee up. Holding the thigh up, come into flexion in your upper back and drop your chest down. And then we'll step that foot back, hands to floor, runner's lunge, inhale. High plank pose, exhale. Come down to the belly. Lift the heart up, cobra. Last breath. And traveling to downward facing dog. Press the left leg to the sky. See if you can root your right heel, so shorten the stance if you need to. And then externally rotating the left leg, lifting the inner thigh up, dropping the big toe down and the pinky toe up. One more breath. And then you're going to swing it out and get it forward, replacing the left foot with the left hand. Root the right heel down, heart rises, legs energetically lifting you into triangle for 3 breaths. Follow the exhale to bend your right knee, root your hands at the top of the mat, step forward and fold. Press to rise all the way up. And then lift your left knee towards your chest. And then round into your upper back, leaning forward. And then send your left foot back, hands down. Inhale through your runner's lunge. Strong press through your left heel. And then meet in high plank pose. From high plank, traveling to the belly for cobra. And then taking 3 breaths. Extending your spine, reach the tail back. Hug your midline. And float the heart. Back to downward facing dog. Slow breath in. And a slow breath out. One more round. And then we'll flow through each side with our breath. Right heel to the sky. Open the thigh. Swing it out and step it forward. Left heel down, heart opens up, triangle pose. Fold at the top of the mat. Rise all the way up. Lift the right knee. Round your spine over the leg. Reach. And then runner's lunge. Inhale. High plank pose to belly. Exhale. Over, upward facing. Downward facing dog. Full round of breath. Left leg high. Externally rotate, swing it forward. And triangle pose. Right heel down, reach the right arm up. Go on and fold at the top of the mat. Rise all the way, gathering overhead. Left knee lifts. Spine rounds, reach forward. Swing it back, step into your runner's lunge. Inhale. High plank to low plank the belly. Exhale. Over, upward facing. To your downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. This time we'll bend the knee, squeeze the heel to the sitting bone, and lift the outer knee up. And let's pull the right knee towards the belly button, and then underneath the body, keep your left hand pressing the floor away, and then through the middle and step the right foot down. From here, bend the back knee, start to lift your heart up. Take your arms overhead, hook your thumbs, give them a press and a pull. And then lean your spine forward. Left elbow down to the right knee. Right arm reaches up, left hand reaches down. Or find your prayer twist, or right hand to your lower back. One more breath. Come up to stand. Turn open into goddess. For this version, we'll just cross the hands over the chest, sink down through the thighs, gently press the knees out and back. Let's dip to the left, press into the right heel, and then pull the right heel towards the left as you roll your heart over to the right. A sense of pressing your left heel away, and just feel what's going on here. And then a sense of pulling the right heel, left heel towards the right, and then roll up and to the left. One more time, pressing through the right heel, and then pulling through the right heel, roll to the right, and then we'll keep the arms as they are for a moment. Change the legs so in your warrior two, and then keep bending through your right side. Lift your left arm up, right hand down, siding the lunge. Reach the left arm over the ear. Lift the gaze up. 2 more breaths. Close it down. Hands to floor. Step your left foot forward. And fold. Rise all the way up. Lift the right knee up. Around the spine. And this time catch the right ankle with the right hand. Place the foot for tree. And then lift the spine back up. And then maybe the hands are down by the waist today. Maybe they slowly float up and over. Maybe you take 3 rounds, hands to prayer. Anjali Mudra at your heart. Taking a moment of self-devotion. Okay, pull the right knee in towards your chest, send it back, runner's lunge, inhale. And we'll meet in downward facing dog, taking your vinyasa, that high to low, cobra upward facing, to your downward facing dog. Full breath in and out. Press left heel to sky. You're going to bend the knee and lift the thigh up. Pull the left knee towards the belly first, and then turn it under to the right, but press the right hand down, a little squeeze. And then through the middle, step the left hand down, come up into lunge. Take a little bend of your right knee as you find your footing, and then hook the thumbs, lift the armpits, the shoulders up, and try to pull the thumbs gently apart. And then we'll start to lean the heart over the left thigh. Try not to swivel the hips way over to the left. Turn the heart to the left. Revolve that lunge. Right elbow across. And then arms can come wide or hands to prayer. Strong press through the back heel, but firm the ankle. Find a little lift. One more breath. Come hands through heart. Turn the back heel down. Leaning over the left leg, we'll open up into our extended side angle. Right arm might reach over the ear. Hands to floor. Okay, looking forward, we'll step the right foot to the top of the mat. Fold over the legs. Pressing rise up to stand. Lift the left knee up. And then round over the thigh. Reach the left hand for the left ankle. And bring the foot for a tree. Holding up through here. Last breath. And this time, the left foot will swing us open, returning to a goddess pose. Step it wide, sink into the hips. We're gonna change up what we did last time. So this time, instead of hands across heart, we'll sink into the thighs. Lift that inner knee flesh up and back. Lift the belly, lift the spine. And then we'll lean over the left leg, press the left hand into the right groin, reach the right arm over the ear. Hug the heels in, knees up and back. One more breath. And through the middle. And then lean over the right thigh, press the right hand into the left thigh, reach the left arm over the ear. One more breath. Up through the middle. This time we'll parallel the feet and come down into a wide leg forward fold. You can shorten the stance a bit. I like the sense of anchoring my sitting bones as I fold from the waist. When you're about halfway down, let me give you a side angle here. When you're about halfway down, think of letting your upper body scoop in, and then the hands might start to walk under. And as you press into the feet and lift the backs of your thighs, also gently rock your lower back and anchor those sitting bones towards your heels. Let the pelvis tilt a little more forward. So Here I'm tilting back. See my bump going that way? And then here I'm gonna tilt forward. My bump's coming this way. Give that a shot. And then this pose, I really like to feel how it ebbs and flows. So resist the urge to pull yourself really far into your legs. Let's lean towards the back of the spine just a little more. Feel your breath like a wave. Feel the ripple effect and response down the legs. Last breath. And slowly lift your spine forward. Press into your feet for a moment, suck the thighs up and come all the way up to stand. We'll just pause here, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Slowly breathing through the nose and out of the mouth. Begin to toe heel your feet back towards each other. Lift the right knee up again. Round your spine forward. And then catch your right foot with both hands for a moment. Pull the thigh even closer to the belly, but try not to use the hands instead. Use the hip crease there. Hands are just your accessory or support. Once you have that, you might stay here for a few rounds of breath if you're getting a lot of sensation. It feels pretty good. Or you might hold the foot with just the left hand and take the right hand in front of that right shin. The elbow will turn in and hook the leg, and then the hand will press onto the side of the waist. And then the left arm releases, swings back around and creates a bind with the right hand. Keep hugging that thigh up, knee towards armpit. One more breath. And then release that, lean out of it, step the right foot forward, step the left foot back, lift the left waist, and we'll lean over to the right. And then through the middle, close the stance up again, fold over the legs and walk your hands to the right. Hug the inner thighs, press the feet, and then hands through the middle, start to come on up. Take your left foot and replace it, right foot and replace it. Hands through heart. Shift the weight into the right leg, lift the left knee up. Lean the spine forward, long tailbone here. And then both hands to the foot. And again, we're gonna lift the thigh closer to the chest without the hands, so don't shove it. Hands are supporting. Use that hip. Stay here, or right hand holds the heel. Left arm forward and in front of the shin. We're gonna stay more in a rounded shape today, so don't worry about lifting the heart up. We'll just hold here. Strong flexion in that hip crease. Bind the right arm if you can. And release. Step the left foot down, swing the right leg behind it, come up and over to the left. And for this shape, I like to keep my knees a little bent and the weight into the back leg. You can see how that feels. Like a little curtsy. And then we'll lift up, slide the right foot closer, fold forward, Maybe you pause here, maybe that's enough, or you walk your hands over to the left. Two more breaths. Walk the hands neutral. Stand up. We'll step the right foot out and then the left foot out. Take a breath here. Again, one hand to belly, one to heart. Slow inhale. And a slow exhale. Turn or return to the top of the mat, feet together. Chair pose. Press the knees, drop your waist, belly back, arms swing up. And fold forward. Lengthen the spine. Travel to downward facing dog. Your way. Right leg to the sky. Bend the knee and lift the thigh up. One more breath. And swing the foot forward. Step it down. Root your back heel. We'll rise up high crescent, or warrior one rather. Back heel rooted. And then turn your heart a bit to the left. Lift your belly up, lean forward. Let your hands dangle down. Once you have that, then hug your right thigh towards your right shoulder. So there's a sense of like diagonal lift, squeeze. And then lift the heart just a bit as you swim your hands behind your back. Humble warrior. And then you might play with turning around the upper rib cage. And as you do that, notice though, if your hips really want to move, try to keep those a little more locked. Let the heart keep moving. Okay. We'll release that, release the hands, bring the back knee down, lean into the left hand, walk the right knee out to the right. So, from here, full foot is down, lean back a bit and take your right upper thigh, just kind of press it away from the hip crease, and then send your hips forward. As evenly forward as you can, even though the left hip will drop. And then untuck those back toes. We'll inhale and roll through a spinal wave. So rounding and then extending. And then with the exhale, bow the heart and bring your forearms to the floor. Slow, steady inhale for a count of 3. And then a slow exhale for a count of 8. Two more rounds. The exhale will be through the mouth, gently blowing the breath like you're trying to just easily blow a candle out. Inhale for a count of 3. Exhale and blow for a count of 8. Start to lift the heart up. Start to lean into the pelvis, leaning back. And then swing your right thigh forward, half split. Dig into the heel, draw the quad up, and send the heart forward. Last breath here. Bend your right knee, plant your right foot, walk your hands forward, Standing leg split. Strongly press the right leg down as you lift the left leg up. Hug or wrap that outer right thigh in and lean the heart. Slowly step back, slide your hands back, high plank pose, knees down, press your hips straight back, child pose, and then roll your spine forward. Press your hips over to the right. Roll your spine forward. Press your hips over to the left. Roll your spine forward, come into cow pose. And then take yourself into downward facing dog. Slow breath in and out. Let that side go. Left leg to the sky. Bend the knee and lift the thigh up. And then swing that foot between the hands. Root your right heel down. Come for warrior one. Rising. And today we'll just let the torso turn a little to the right. Kind of relax the waist and let it swivel. And then we'll round down until the hands touch the floor. Press into the feet. Draw your left thigh towards your left shoulder energetically. And then with the strength of the legs, you'll float the arms, lift the heart, find a clasp behind your back. Holding there, maybe turning with the ribs around the upper spine. Minimal movement at your hips. But if your hips are moving, just notice how it's all connected, right? Notice if your tendency is to move from your lower back. It's okay. Some of us are much more loose around the hip sockets and the pelvis. I know I am, so it takes a lot more to kind of harness the power of the legs. So just go easy on yourself. Okay. Release the hands. Let's lift the back heel up, bring the knee down, and walk the left toes out. Lean back a little bit. Pick up your inner left thigh and then pull the flesh away from lizard. Inhale and spinal roll. And then elbows to floor. 3 breaths. Inhaling for a count of 3. Exhale, gently blow the breath out through the mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Inhale for 3. Exhale, that count is for 8. Begin to lift yourself up slowly. Walk your left leg in and then extend it out for your half split. And just notice if everything wants to pull back, see if you can anchor that left sitting bone forward towards the heel. And then the heart just reaches forwards today. Resist too much rounding into your upper back there, so pull the armpits back. Send the collarbones forward. Okay, moving towards that standing leg split. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Let the weight start to travel forward. Hands will come forward as you lift up. Pelvis forward, right? Strong lift of your left leg. Pull up through the thigh. Head might dangle, or maybe you need to look for your paw. And step that foot back. High plank pose. Knees down. Sit back into child's pose. Inhale, spinal wave forward. Press back into the left. Forward, back into the right. And then as you come forward this next time, take your right shin forward and lean down into your right hip. And then as you sit up, tuck your left foot behind you. Knee is also bent there. Take a moment and just rock that left waist forward and back. So it's like lifting the bum from the floor and pressing the bum back towards the floor. The right hand can support you on the mat. Do that a few times. And then once you have that, let it rock you gently forwards. Let's walk the hands just straight over that right shin. And breathe. Last 2 breaths. And begin to lift yourself up slowly. Rock back into the left leg as you pop the left knee up. And then let's come to our seat here. Leaning back for both. Start to float those heels. We'll take the left hand towards the right foot. Again, we might really flex. So this drawing of the knee towards the chest is happening from the hip crease and the strength of your leg. And the left hand is just to support. Drive the heel away from the chest and turn open to the right. If you need to, you could always place a hand back or place the left foot down. Or maybe it comes up. One more breath. Left leg long, bend at your right knee, cross it over the left leg into your half Gomukhasana here. Pick up the calf muscle, roll it out of the way so you can get your knees as close together as possible. And then give the outer hips a squeeze in and back as the heart comes forwards. Hands might reach for your left foot. Last exhale, pick the heart up. Take your right knee, swing it away. We'll bend the left knee, kind of a 90-90 angle here, and then we'll adjust ourselves on our left thigh while the right leg comes out to the side. Right hip rolls forward and back, really carving around this part of your hip crease. And just feeling how that rotation is happening. And then maybe using the back foot to kind of pull and push a little, or just acknowledging if it wants to move any particular way as you're doing this. If your leg on this side has a bit more sensation, a little bit more going on, maybe give it a couple more moments. If you're ready to lean over your left leg, go on and do that. And we'll just take the heart forward. right over the shin. If you're a little bit more over the knee, totally okay. As long as there's not major pressure in that knee. Keeping the weight in the pelvis. A couple more breaths, and then we'll meet in a boat pose. You can face this orientation again, or if you like to play around, you can lift up, press the outer right knee up, and then turn the other way. Adjust your sitting bones, and when you're ready, start that squeeze in. It's like drawing everything in, and then the lift off. Pull the left knee towards the chest. Take the right hand to the pinky edge of the foot. The arm is the accessory. Remember, use your core strength, use your thigh strength. And then thrust the heel away from the heart. Left arm opens. Maybe the right heel comes up. Or again, you can always take it like this version. And then notice for a moment, I kind of had the knees sickling in. Press the outer hip and the outer leg out. Thrust the heel forward and try not to cross the left leg over your midline. Okay, bring the right foot down as an anchor and then bend at your left knee. Cross it over for your half Gomukhasana. Adjust your seat flesh, outer hips wrapping back, heart forward. And just leaning over the legs. Sometimes you get more outer hips, sometimes you might feel more hamstring. I got more hamstring going on. I've had some stuff going on with my right leg. And so just acknowledging that we're not always symmetrical. Sometimes the side that we utilize the most, like if you drive a lot, like I do, the right leg might be more tight. Maybe you've injured your left leg before. Just acknowledging all of those ways that your body might compensate, and then just trying to bring it back towards what feels balanced for you. Last breath here. And then start to lift up. Okay. For the last few moments, we'll join at the wall. So if you want to go ahead and get comfortable. If you have a couch nearby, that's also fine. And again, you can do this without the use of the wall. You'll just try and support your legs with your hands as you lean down. So first, we'll get pretty close with one hip towards the wall, the knees are up, and then we'll swing onto the back and stamp the feet for squat at the wall. So full lower back engagement into the floor. Press the feet gently into the wall and let the hands gently press the thighs. Then just take a few moments of breath there. Feel the support of your back on the floor, but also some life in the legs. And then lift your feet off of the wall and start to crawl or rock side to side and get your bum even closer to the wall or your couch. If you don't have the wall, just hold behind your thighs and let the feet float. And now we'll take the feet wide. So keep pressing the heels, but feet are much wider. Pelvis is a little closer to the wall. Inner groins open here, and you can hold inside of the knees and gently encourage them open like a goddess pose from the back. And then slowly turn this in to a wide-legged V. So lift the heels up, rock again, and shimmy until your bum is touching the crease of the wall and the floor. And then through your heels, go and press against the wall. And then one final breath. If your legs are out and you're not on the wall again, you're just holding. Catch behind the thighs, press the legs. And then we'll zip the legs up slowly, straight over the pelvis, or you can bring your heels to the wall if you're against it. If you're on a couch, you can bend your knees and let the calves rest on the cushion at a 90-degree angle down from the knees to your pelvis. Otherwise, from here, we'll take a moment to rest, letting the eyes close down, trying to relax the soles of your feet and then the ankles and the backs of the knees, and just let the legs get heavy. If you need to, maybe your hands just hold your thighs. Otherwise, see if you can let the arms not do any work. Tuck the chin and relax. Now you're welcome to stay here, or let your knees bend and pull you over to one side, giving yourself a moment in a twist. From that twist, drawing your knees into your chest, we have about 2 minutes here. So I apologize in advance if it cuts off in a moment on Instagram. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a moment on your side of gratitude. Just appreciating this practice, appreciating your body. And then inviting in whatever you hope to embody today as you go about the rest of your Friday morning. Just really setting the tone for this weekend. And then just being in that space of gratitude, of tone setting, and just ultimately extra appreciative of whatever it is in your life that brings you balance, ease, peace, and grounding. If you need to rest a few more moments, please do. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here this morning. And this video will be up on YouTube. Just a nice, sweet hip flow. I hope you all feel super well. Thank you. Namaste.